In this GlowShift Gauges installation video, we'll be showing you how to install a GlowShift 7 Color Series boost gauge into your 2001 to 2006 Duramax. When you're ready, grab your tools and we'll meet you in the garage. For the purpose of this install, we'll be using a 2002 Duramax 6.6 liter to install our gauge. And we'll be demonstrating two different ways to install the boost line adapter. For safety, disconnect the negative battery terminal before starting any work on the vehicle. Remove the air intake to gain access to the intake manifold. Loosen and remove the intercooler coupling attached to the intake manifold. Mark the location for the boost line with a punch. Attach a shop vac to the intake manifold to catch any shavings that fall into the manifold. Starting with a small drill bit, drill a hole in the manifold, increasing the bit size until a size R is reached. Use a 1/8-27 MPT tap to thread the hole. Use a shop vac to clean up any metal shavings. Apply Teflon tape to the boost line adapter and thread it into the hole using an 11mm wrench to tighten. Place the female brass fitting onto the end of the boost line, followed by the brass ferrule fitting. Connect it to the boost line adapter and tighten using a 10mm wrench. Reattach the intercooler coupling and tighten. If you do not want to drill a hole in the intake manifold, a T-fitting can be utilized to install the boost line. Locate a boost hose on the side of the turbo. Use hose cutters to cut the middle of the hose. Insert the T-fitting into both sides of the hose and tighten the clamps. Apply Teflon tape to the boost line adapter and thread it into the T-fitting using an 11mm wrench to tighten. Place the female brass fitting onto one end of the boost line, followed by the brass ferrule fitting. Connect it to the boost line adapter and tighten using a 10mm wrench. Reinstall the air intake. Run the opposite end of the boost line through the firewall and into the cabin. Be sure to keep clear of any moving parts. Run the boost line to the pod location and feed the line through the pod. To connect the boost line to the back of the boost gauge, start by applying Teflon tape to the brass fitting on the back of the gauge. Tighten the brass bolt adapter onto the fitting on the gauge using a 13mm wrench. Place the female brass fitting onto the end of the boost line, followed by the brass ferrule fitting. Ensure the ferrule fitting is facing upward to prevent any leaks. Place the line into the adapter and tighten using a 10mm wrench. Insert the gauge into the pod. Install the pod onto the pillar and run the power wires to the fuse box location. For this installation, we'll be powering the gauges using expandable circuits, which can be purchased through our website. Locate a fuse that receives constant 12-volt power. Remove the fuse and place it into the first expandable circuit. Place the expandable circuit into the fuse's location in the fuse box. Connect the yellow wire from the gauge pod to the expandable circuit using the wire connector on the circuit. Locate a fuse that receives 12-volt power when the ignition is turned on and remove the fuse. Place the fuse into the second expandable circuit and place the circuit into the fuse's location in the fuse box. Insert the red wire from the gauge pod into the open end of the wire connector on the circuit and crimp. Locate a clean, reliable grounding source and attach the ring terminal on the black wire from the gauge pod. To enable the dimming features on the gauges, remove any panels necessary for gaining access to the headlight switch wiring. Locate a wire that receives power when the headlights are turned on and attach a wire connector. Attach a wire connector to the end of the orange wire from the gauge pod and insert it into the connector on the headlight wire. Reinstall any panels that were removed. Reconnect the negative terminal on the battery and verify that all wiring is correct. Power your gauge to ensure that everything is working properly by starting the vehicle. You've now successfully installed your GlowShift 7 Color Series Boost Gauge into your truck. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please contact us at 1-888-GS-GAUGE, and we'll see you on the road.